I'm going to show you how I increased my credit score from this 594 to this 771. Guys, literally, this is my credit score timeline. Take a good look. And now I'll explain exactly how I did it step by step by step. I just want to start a new day. Hi, I'm Sakila Kela Mahlangu, a 25-year-old retail investor and your favorite money-obsessed girly. So today I'm going to break down how you can increase your credit score by using a credit card, which in my opinion is the smart way. And yes, this is exactly how I did it when I had a really bad credit score. So if you want to unlock a better interest rates, loan approvals, or just have that feeling of financial independence, you need to build a strong credit score. Step number 1, get someone close to you to make you an authorized user on their credit card. No, I know this seems a little bit confusing, but stay with me. Stay with me on this one. So picture this. You want to build credit, but you can't even qualify for your own credit card because your credit score isn't looking so good. So what do? You become an authorized user on someone else's credit card. This is exactly what I did when I needed to build my credit. It took my credit score from 594 and jumped all the way to 621. Now, let's break down what being an authorized user actually means. So, when someone adds you as an authorized user on their credit card, you get access to their credit account, but you're not legally responsible for making the payments. It's still their card. However, the magic here is that their good payment history gets reported on your profile as well. So if they're paying on time, keeping their balances low, those positive payment habits will reflect on your credit report too. So why does this matter? Well, credit history makes up about 35% of your credit score. So by piggybacking on someone else's solid credit history, you can boost your own score without having to prove yourself with your own card just yet. The key is to find someone you trust and someone that trusts you in return, because they're going to be the ones who are responsible for paying the bill. You don't want to mess this up with someone who's struggling to pay on time, because that will definitely hurt your score. You want someone with a good credit score and a positive payment history who's also really responsible when it comes to their credit card. And the thing is, you never even have to use their credit card. They just add you as an authorized user and then it ends there. You never have to touch it. You never have to spend a single cent on their credit card. So go ahead, ask either your mom, your dad, your partner, your really close friend. Okay, maybe not a really close friend, maybe not a friend at all, but anyone in your family that has a really good credit score. Go ahead and ask them to add you as an authorized user and watch your credit score flourish so that you can then qualify for your own credit card. And tell them that you don't even need to spend a cent on their credit card. You just have access to it, but you're not going to use it at all. Step number 2, choose the right credit card for you. Now, after you've built some credit as an authorized user, you'll be in a much better position to apply for your own credit card. But here's the thing, not all credit cards are created equal. You have to choose one that matches your lifestyle and what you value most. So ask yourself, what do I want to get out of this card? Are you someone that likes to save money on groceries or fuel? Do you travel a lot? Do you want to rack up those air miles or travel discounts? Or maybe you just want a basic card that will give you cash back on everyday purchases. Each bank has different credit card offerings. It's not a one size fits all. Take F&B for example. They offer several types of credit cards, but let's focus on their F&B Gold credit card. card, which is a card that gets you access to ebucks, which is a rewards program that gives you points for your spending, right? You can use these points to save on fuel, shopping, or even travel. For someone who spends a lot in these categories, this card could be a game changer for them. But if you're more interested in straight up cash back, then maybe another card would be better suited for you. The point is to figure out what is important to you and find the card that aligns with just that. Don't just take the first one that you're offered, guys. Don't do that. That is a mistake I see a lot of people doing. Look at the perks, look at the interest rate, and whether or not this card will work for you and your spending habits. Step number 3, start with a low credit limit. So once you've chosen the right card, the next step is to start building good habits. And that starts with managing your credit limit wisely. So when you get your first card, the bank might offer you a really low limit, like around 2000 Rand. But that's actually a good thing, especially if you're very new to credit cards. Think of it as a training wheel for your financial responsibility, okay? So that you can build those financial responsibility muscles. You want to prove to the banks and credit bureaus that you can handle this credit. So the goal is to pay off your card in full every single month. By your card, I mean your balance, okay? Why? Because when you pay your card off in full, you avoid interest charges. So you don't have to pay any extra money on interest. And you show lenders that you are responsible. So this is the fastest way to build trust with banks and reflects positively on your credit score. Plus, you're building the habit of using credit for convenience and not because you don't have the money to pay it back. Using a low limit helps you avoid the temptation to overspend. It forces you to stay within budget and only spend on the things that you can afford to pay off immediately. Over time, this consistent behavior will strengthen your credit score and show lenders that you can be trusted with more credit. Because I mean, that's what a credit score really is. It's how much banks can trust you with borrowing you money. And you need to build that trust. And the higher your credit score is, the higher the trust is. That's literally what it is. It's a measurement of trust between you and the bank. Step number 4, increase your credit limit and manage your credit utilization. Now, once you've gotten a handle on, maintaining a small credit limit responsibly, it's time to increase your limits. Now, this is where things get interesting because now you're playing the long game. You're playing the winner's game now. Now you might be asking, why increase my limits, Akile? Won't that just tempt me to spend more money? Well, not if you're smart about it, guys. Listen, increasing your credit limit helps you lower something called your credit utilization ratio. This ratio is a key factor in your credit report. It's the percentage of the available credit you're using. And the golden ratio is 30%. You need to keep a ratio of 30% or below. So 30%. If you keep it at 30%, that means your credit score will be in good standing. But below 30%, this will increase your credit score. And the lower you go, the more your credit score will increase. So, for example, if your limit is 2000 Rand and you spend 1500 Rand and maybe you're not able to pay it back, right? Your utilization is at 75% now. Like, that's way too high, and that will affect your credit score no matter how small your limit is, right? But if you increase your limit to 10,000 Rand and still only spend 1,500 Rand, your utilization becomes only 15%, which is perfect. You see, having a higher limit makes it easier to keep your utilization low. And that's a major win for your credit score. Another example is 30%, right? So 30% of 10,000 is 3,000. This does not mean you only get to spend 3,000 on your credit card. Okay, you can spend a lot more than that. You can spend the whole 10,000 and rack up those points. The key is that on the due date, you need to pay back at least 7,000 Rand so you can stay on that 30% credit utilization ratio. And then that gets reported back to the bank and the credit bureaus that you only spent 3,000 Rand on your card because you paid back 7,000, right? It's the 30% utilization. Another thing that's important is actually your statement date. You need to keep your money in until your statement date before you spend it. But I am going to, refer back to that on another video because it's a more complicated topic. And today we're just talking about basics. So step 5, use your credit card to its fullest potential. Now that you've got the basics down, let's talk about how to get the most out of your credit card. So your credit card, guys, it's not just a tool, right, for building credit. It can also work for you in ways that you may not expect. For example, with my card, I get about 500 Rand cash back every single month for just using it on regular expenses, And by the end of the year, that adds up to about 6,000 Rand. That's 6,000 Rand of free money that I didn't have to work for. And then, you know what I do? I take that money and put it straight into my savings account, guys. That's how I'm stacking cash, just by being smart with my spending and being smart with my credit card. But guys, it's not just about cash back. Sometimes when I have an emergency, before I go into my credit card, before I go into my savings account, I will actually look at my credit card cash back and see if I can't pay for that emergency with my cash back from my credit card. So it really works to my advantage in that way. And also, there are some months where I use my credit card cash back or credit card points to buy electricity. So yeah, this way I don't have to dip into my hard-earned money when I don't have to. So your credit card can work in so many different ways. You need to choose the right one for you and then learn about those perks and benefits and use them to your advantage, guys. So guys, let's recap. First, if you can't get your own credit card, start as an authorized user. Then, once you get your own credit card, choose one that fits your lifestyle. And then you have to start small, a small credit limit, and then make it a habit that you paid off in full. Then, as you get a little bit more confident, increase that limit to keep your utilization low in case there are some months where you just can't afford to pay it back, right? But that shouldn't actually ever happen. But we'll get to that to another video. Then finally, make sure you're using your card rewards to your advantage. Guys, at the end of the day, a credit card is just a tool, and how you use it determines whether or not it's helping you or if it's hurting you. So if you're going to be very irresponsible with it, it's definitely going to hurt you. So take control, stay responsible, and build that credit score one smart decision at a time, guys. And then until next time, keep being obsessed with your money so your money can be obsessed with you. I am out. I am leaving. But remember, this is not financial advice. It's a distribution of finance knowledge and financial literacy. Guys, if you have any other suggestions on how someone else can increase their credit score really quickly, drop it down in the comments below. I remember when I just started with my personal finance journey and I wanted to learn how to increase my credit score. My credit score was super, super low. Some of the tips that I got were in video comment sections. So you have no idea how much you could be helping someone else. And if there's anything new that you learned from this video, anything that you found surprising, also drop it down in the comments. We are building a community of financially responsible and financially stable young Black women. Okay, so we were all in this together, and no one else is gonna look out for us. So we have to look out for ourselves, guys. Anyway, if you enjoyed this video, do me a favor and subscribe. It's completely free, and we like free things, right? So if you can grab that subscribe button for free, why wouldn't you? Goodbye. I just wanna start a new day.